What's going on, guys? So I've been hearing a lot of Scream discourse online lately concerning multiple different topics, and I've got thoughts, damn it. So I am here to discuss those with you because I'm sure you're all dying to know exactly what I think about these extremely important issues. But before we get into that, it's important that I give you some context as to my Scream fandom and what I think of this franchise and what I want to see out of it going forward. So I'm someone who really likes the first movie, but I think that it should have ended there. The novelty of the self-awareness doesn't have the longevity to span multiple movies, in my opinion. When you take that meta stuff and start stretching it out for multiple movies, it starts to feel less clever to me and more like a gimmick. In the 90s, it was, fresh and invigorating, but now, to me, it kind of reads like, I know about horror movies too. How do you do, fellow kids? So with that being said, I personally would like to see this franchise just go completely off the rails. Just get weird. Each movie feels very formulaic, and perhaps that's by design, but it doesn't make for an engaging viewing experience for me, especially when the killers are as easy to predict as they are in Part 5, for example. So with my Scream fandom established and out of the way, let's start with Neve Campbell. First of all, let me say that I am glad that she stuck to her guns and asked for the money that she wanted and didn't settle for less. I will champion that all day long. Now, does the franchise need her to move forward? That's where I say no, they do not need her. And that's not because I think the new cast introduced in Part 5 is super awesome or anything. I think they're mostly just fine. Jenna Ortega is the clear standout, and the rest of them are just kind of there, if you ask me. No, I don't think we need Neve because it just feels very much been there, done that. Ultimately, what does she have to offer these movies at this point? She has nothing left to prove. Part 5, she's basically just in there as a glorified cameo. It's, kind of just feels like it was obligatory to have her there. Horror sequels are known for just retreading familiar ground over and over again until it's just a case of diminishing returns. And that's kind of what we've got going on in Scream, if you ask me. So with Scream being as self-aware as it is, they should address the fact that, yeah, we're kind of doing the same thing over and over by having Sidney in these movies, and then kind of go the opposite way, It's kind of like, we did that in 5, let's not do that anymore, let's go the opposite route and do something that you haven't seen before, unlike the last 4 or 5 movies. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Neve. I think, I'm glad that she stuck to her guns and knows her worth and, didn't settle for less. That's awesome. But as a viewer of these movies, I really do not care if she's in them or not. Again, I'm a casual fan, so you may have a completely different opinion, but that's just me. So the second issue is Stu. Is he alive? I've seen lots of discussion online concerning, debating back and forth whether somebody could survive a 50-pound CRT TV falling on your head, electrocuting you right after you've been stabbed in the gut multiple times. People seem, ready to say that he is alive and that you could survive that. People love the idea of him being alive so much that they're willing to completely ignore the rules of reality in favor of him returning. Scream prides itself on being based in reality. So to have him come back would be a complete throwaway of everything that they stand for. It doesn't add up. I think a big part of it is that people really like Matt Lillard. I like Matt Lillard. He's great. He seems like a really cool guy. He loves his fans and his fans love him. So the idea of having him come back in a Scream movie is very appealing. Tying it back to that first movie in a cool, revealing, kind of crazy twist. That reveal would be awesome. If I close my eyes, I can see the theater reaction in my mind. But it would be strictly in favor of fan service and nothing more. There's this idea that this franchise just can't move on from its older movies, with the Neve thing and the Stu thing, and it's pervasive and perpetuated by fans of the franchise. So I really do think that they just want to see the same things that they know over and over again, even if it means forsaking all of the rules that have been set up that made this franchise unique in the first place. So me as a casual fan of this franchise, who's kind of tired of seeing the same kind of stuff done over and over again, I want to see Stu come back. Just because it would be such good, dumb fun. I can see it now. His face is all scarred and shit. He probably talks with a raspy voice. You know, maybe he's got like a foggy, glassy eye or something. Like, it'd be so hammed up, ridiculous, over the top. I want it. But then there's the critical part of my brain where, as someone who has an understanding of the rules of these movies, I can totally see how that just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. You know, at the end of the day, you really got to ask yourself, like, would it be cool? Yeah. But it is not tonally or consistently in line with any of the pre-established things in these movies. It just doesn't make sense. But I want to see Scream go that route. I want them to take a hard left turn and just go supernatural. You know, fuck it. I don't care. Again, this is just me. I don't expect people to agree with this. But I think that's what Scream desperately needs. Just give it a shot in the arm of adrenaline, get real balls to the wall weird with it. So at the end of the day, it just kind of comes down to, what kind of Scream fan are you? You know, what do you want to see? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you like this kind of video. I'm still at that stage right now where I'm trying all different kinds of things just to see what I like doing and what you guys like seeing. So any feedback is definitely appreciated. So let me know in the comments, and then if you feel so inclined, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that fun stuff. And until then, take care and watch more movies.